Here's how the rookies voted on who they think will have the best career. Now, Grant, this is a chopped up vote. Zion tied for 4th. Cam Reddish at the top.
You see that? Cam Reddish almost had 4 times the votes as Zion Williamson. 3 weeks ago, Cam Reddish was ruled out for the remainder of the season. Even though it's 3 weeks later, I think I should still talk about how disappointing Cam Reddish's start to his NBA career has been. Due to injuries and COVID, he's only played about 82 games, and only 26 of them have been this year. In those 26 games, he's averaged about 11.2 points per game while shooting 36% from the field and 26% from 3. That's 7% lower than his rookie year. That basically tells you all about his second year. No improvement, if not deprovement. To put things into perspective, here's a ranking of field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and points per game of the top 10 picks in the 2019 NBA draft. As you can see, Cam Reddish is last in field goal percentage, second to last in 3-point percentage, and third to last in points per game. And Jarrett Culver and Jackson Hayes barely get any minutes, making it even more pathetic. So, what makes Cam Reddish better than Jarrett Culver? Keep in mind that Jarrett Culver has also already basically been named a bust. So does that mean Cam Reddish is also a bust? Well, I'd say no. The difference between Jarrett Culver and Cam Reddish is that Cam Reddish actually looks like he has some potential. He's way more athletic than Jarrett Culver, and he has 2 inches on him. Jarrett Culver just doesn't seem like he's doing anything out here. Well, you could see Cam Reddish at least developing into a serviceable player. So what are we going to expect for next year? I would say that I think his 3rd year should be breakout. 4th year would kind of be stretching, and I get why people would stop believing him in the 4th year, but 3rd year, I really think he needs to break out this 3rd year. And let's look at another chart of 2 players that I think were great draft day comparisons in Tracy McGrady and Paul George, and look at their first 2 seasons. So here's all of their rookie years. As you see, Cam Reddish looks like he actually had the best of the rookie years. 10.5 points per game compared to the 7 and 7.8 points per game. And the efficiency is slightly less, but he still scored 3 points per game more than T-Mac and Paul George. Okay, so here's their second seasons. As you can see, it looks like Paul George has definitely improved in his second season. He's shooting similar percentages while averaging 5 more points. But compare T-Mac and Cam Reddish. T-Mac's averaging like 2 points per game more. Cam Reddish is barely averaging any more. But the efficiency for T-Mac has dropped severely from the 3-point line, which is similar to Cam Reddish's efficiency from the 3-point line dropping. So I believe they had like pretty similar second seasons. Now looking at the 3rd season, it looks like Paul George had his breakout season this year at 17.4 points per game. T-Mac also had a great year at 15.4 points per game, but it wasn't really his breakout season. If Cam Reddish were to follow this path, then he'd average around 15.5 points to 18.5 points a game in his 3rd season, which would be a complete success, because this year has been such a disappointment, 11.2 points, but while being inefficient. Efficiency I'm not really going to calculate because it can be kind of random. If he does like 42% from the field, but then gets like to the free throw line 9 times a game, it's not that bad at all. Oh, and if I didn't mention, Paul George was an all-star this season, while also making the All-NBA 3rd team and becoming an all-defensive 2nd team. In the modern NBA, I don't think if Cam Reddish put up these stats, he'd be an all-star or an all-NBA player, unless he was like an all-defensive 1st team player. Now looking at Paul George's 4th season, he became a 20-point per game scorer, was an all-NBA 1st team player, finished 9th in MVP voting, and got the all-NBA 3rd team and was an all-star. Now looking at T-Mac's 4th year, this year he got traded to Orlando. He became a 27-point per game scorer, 46% from the field and 35% from 3. Pretty insane. Also, he got 6th in MVP voting, All-NBA 2nd team, All-Star, all that stuff. The man became a beast in his 4th year. It's crazy how both of these guys in 4 years came to becoming MVP candidates after averaging 7 points per game in their rookie year. So am I saying that Cam Reddish is going to be an MVP caliber player in 2 years? Absolutely not. Do not mark my words for any of that. But I believe it's possible. We saw it with 2 other players. I mean, it might not happen, but it's possible. And I believe that people give up on these rookie players or young players way too quickly. The man's 21 years old, yet he's completely disappeared off everyone's radar. So I think he can easily take that step up next year, maybe average 15 points per game on decent shooting, and that'd be pretty much a success. So overall, I do think Cam Reddish still has potential. He can easily become, at minimum, a solid starter. And I just think people give up on these young guys too quickly. So that wraps it up for today. If you made it here, you probably did enjoy the video, so smash the like button and subscribe to join the family. And comment down below any suggestions you have for me, because this is my first video on NBA, and I probably need to improve, and I'd appreciate any suggestions. And that's it. See you next time. Peace.